had a kind of a between a Tuesday and a Monday practice here, kind of extended Monday between a Tuesday, and we'll go really hard tomorrow and probably go pretty hard on Thursday and give them Friday off, and Saturday be a Monday. Again, kind of might maybe some Thursdays a mini game day, kind of cut some of that back, but got to keep the work, keep them in shape. I thought defense was really sharp. I thought we covered really well in the secondary. Some good things up front. Offense, I thought was a solid day, nothing special. Kind of a, not necessarily average day, but just normal, nothing. Could have been a little better in some areas, but we'll continue to grow. But good attitude, good work ethic, and the effort was there. Questions?
It's first and foremost, doesn't seem like Coach Trickett back to
he's back to normal. He looks really good, and I mean, got cleared and everything's good to go. And he's got to watch some things here and there, but he's in good shape, thank God.
Was it a message relied to the players before about the offensive line coach?
Oh yeah, I told him at that team meal on about 4 hours before the game.
So we haven't talked to you since you had a chance to look at the film, but going back to Notre Dame, anything else jump out at you after you broke all that down?
I mean, just early in the game, we had a couple missed assignments in the first series or two because we had some guys open. Running game, I mean, inches on some plays that had some big plays out of there that we felt very good about. But that's what happened when you play good teams. And they got the ball, and then, like I said, we had a 10 series and scored 5. You know what I'm saying? And we're inches on the others, and the others were more of us doing some couple self-inflicted things on assignments that guy just came off a guy when he shouldn't have on some protections. And we got ironed out, and that's when we started rolling. Once we scored that right before half, and then we come back, we scored 4 out of 5 drives right there. Bang, 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 and moved the ball very well. Defensively, once we got the rhythm on offense, kept them off the field a little bit. It was harder for Notre Dame to get in rhythm. I thought we pressured the passer much better in the second half, created a turnover. It actually you had 2 fourth down stops and 2 turnovers. That's like 4 turnovers. And again, people don't think of fourth down stops, but those are like turnovers. And so you had 4 critical plays there and a great stand at the end. But good game. And I thought Casey Beatty, except for one punt, the first punt he shanked, otherwise kicked the ball very well, kicked it where he wanted to, and kicked it with good depth and hang time. And Roberto was very good on his kickoffs, except for one. He was a hair short on that. But other than that, return game, we had one good punt return, had a couple good kickoff returns out to the 30. Got to continue on our return game to get a little better. But I think we're growing. I think we're getting better.
Jimbo, it's not a straight off week because you play on the Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of these are weird. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But can you rest some guys?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. A couple of the older guys I'm resting right now down the stretch, and they've had a lot of reps and a lot of, as I say, carries or routes or whatever it may be. So giving a guy or two an extra day or two and work some young guys in some situations, again, because of getting used to playing with ones and how things are done.
Is it almost Rashad and Tyler?
Exactly right.
And Aguayo, all 4?
Yep. Okay. Just banged up, rest one of the leg. Tyler he banged and bruised, but he'll be fine. Rashad just rest on those legs. I mean, I know how many routes and what he does out here. So you find those guys a couple days here and there to really pep them up because it's the whole when you think of the whole body of work throughout the year.
And that was a physical game.
Oh, it was a physical game. There was a lot of hard hitting on both sides, big body guys collisioning, and a lot of passion and a lot of energy exerted, not just only physically but emotionally. You know what I mean? So those older guys just let them heal up.
That run by Carlos at the goal line.
Oh, it was awesome. Both of them were really good.
And really the whole line. I mean, it was
they blocked. I mean, that's why I say the second half we ran the ball very well. We didn't run it a lot, but we wanted to get in a rhythm on early down. We felt we could throw the ball on early down to get the matchups. And once we come out and got hot, Jameis got hot, I didn't want to get him out of it. So we stayed hot. But when we had to run it, he checked to those runs on the short and the goal line twice. Couple runs we checked into, and we were 7-8 yard runs. We ran the ball very effectively when we had to run it in the second half, and I was proud of that.
Yes, Carlos always
except to the end of the game when we had golly, they were there. but
Carlos in that second effort, I mean,
strong. That's what I told Carlos. His numbers didn't look astounding because of yards, but I thought he played exceptionally well. Those carries he got, those downhill runs were 4-yard runs in the field, the goal line. Block picked up and caught 2 really nice balls out of it. I thought and for coming off an ankle, not getting a ton of practice, I thought he played really well in that football game. I really did.
Obviously, you guys are 7-0, but to maybe not have that offensive balance, is that sustainable if you're getting the rushing yards when you need them?
Yeah, because again, that's the first time all year we haven't been able to take the ball in 4 minutes, as I say, and be able to run the clock out. I mean, every other time we've been able to do that, done it very effectively. But we're running on the goal line, we're running in short yardage. We're about 92 or 94% short yardage on the goal line. When we get inside that 3 or 5, we're scoring touchdowns, the 4-minute stuff, and the rest of the time we want to, but we got to get better. So, and a couple of those runs are stretch plays. I mean, we're shoelaces from hitting some nice gashes in there. But again, you got to get there. But the balance as far as yards aren't, but we're making big plays in the passing game, and we're running enough to be honest. But we're going to continue to run the football. We'll keep working on that.
Was Carlos hurting at all? Usually that ankle, or that high ankle, can kind of.
He came back very well, and that's why he got some reps today. But I still wanted to rest him. I didn't want him to go all out today. You know, he got limited work today to let that thing heal.
You seem like to come back from that and still run as hard as he did.
That's what I said. Very impressed with the way he came back, and we needed him big time.
Jimbo, how do you explain? I looked up Winston's numbers when you guys are trailing, and they're astronomical. They're incredible.
I think he focuses, and I think our whole team does. And I think not only in that game, you know, Winston was phenomenal, but you go back and look at our protection in the second half.
Right.
He was able to step up and make the throws, and guys got open. And in the first half, it was more we missed some stunts inside and turned the guy loose. It was more protection issues, either a back or somebody getting beat on a couple stunts. And they had a couple new twists in there that they put in for game plan. They did a good job, and we adjusted to. But, you know, he has the ability to focus, and our team does. I mean, to really understand how to win, and I think that's the culture of this group. And I think that's what I'm so proud. Everybody, you know, culture is so important because you find excuses and ways to win, and you do things in big moments. And this team doesn't panic, and it is able to do that.
The throw to Rudolph when the kid just comes straight free on the third down. I mean, that's not.
He got an angle. I mean, he had a little angle, and he just dropped down. And the great quarterbacks can change arm angle.
Right.
And
Aaron Rodgers and people
all
like
those guys, and he can do that. I mean, he has very good hands. And I'm going to tell you, go look at that route by 15. The guy is inside of him. He presses outside, sticks his foot in the ground, and crosses his face. And, I mean, not only was that throw big time, but that route was really big time, too.
You've seen it coming with him, obviously.
I felt very good about him. He has the ability to stick his foot in the ground, run full speed, and he can run the whole route tree. And he's very strong, and he's also explosive as a runner. He's got route running skills, which a lot of guys don't have running skills. And the guys that have running skills don't always have route running skills, you know, because they've always been backs and things. He's got a combination of both.
They say on TV that he can play all three spots.
Oh, no doubt. In a heartbeat. And play four. You want to go red in the four wides. He's intelligent.
With him and Bobo emerging, how much pressure did they take off Rashad? Early on it was kind of Rashad. Now it's
because if you look on the thing, a couple of our run game things got taken away because they were still overloading Nick's side on some runs to always have a guy over the top or outside, or they were keeping a bracket group, and we got him 3 balls and had a lot of other balls called to him, but they were bracketing him. That's why we were able to go backside and get Bobo and some of those guys on throws, and because of Nick who he was. So I mean, even taking pressure off of them and those guys emerging. So, you know, that's what I say. You can call all you want in design. People want to take things away, but then when you go back to your outlets, those guys have to perform. And that's why I'm so happy about it, because 3, 15, even at 1, 89, I mean, those guys are all at 3 and 1, 15 are doing a great job right now.
So what Travis has been able to do, is that pretty uncommon for a guy so young in his career?
Well, I mean, it is, but Rashad did some of those things. And I've been around some guys that have in the past at other schools I've had, or even here, you know, at times. But, you know, it is rare for a guy to come in and be able to do all those things.
How pleased were you with Notre Dame's last 4 possessions? They had about 99 total yards.
They really did.
Points.
And, you know, that's what I felt good. We had it in that 4th and 18. They just they scrambled and made a play. But, you know, we felt very good. That's what I felt comfortable with our defense. Once we got going, they were pressuring the passer back. I don't know how many balls
10.
we batted.
10
Was it
TDs.
10? I said 6 or 8. That's what I'm saying. We did a great job in that regard of putting pressure on guys. And that's why I felt our defense, I thought, played really well in the second half. I really did. And they were able to. That's the reason we were able to do some things we did.
On the 4th and 18, is that just?
We had the blitz, and we brought 5. And when a guy breaks, you know, you start the scramble rules, and you get out, and the guy he found a hole and sit down, and we were trying to play over the top, and he kind of broke on a drag. He came from all the way on the other side, and normally you don't have that much time. We brought 5. We got pressure on him, but he flushed and give ground. In the end, because remember, we were just a step short. I mean, it was. Because the thing about that, you can say, I'll sit back in my zone and go prevent, and then they got all day. But you pressure them, you got to get there. And we got there just a hair late, and it was a good play by him.
So PJ wasn't supposed to trail him across the field or anything?
On final 5 and 2 trap, no.
Okay.
It's a hard deal. And that ball's got to come out quicker.
Right.
If the receiver turns the other way, Darby probably stops.
Exactly right. I mean, they made a play. They had a good team. They had a good throw and catch group, too.
Jimbo, the second bye week for you, just the second bye week, so just an overall assessment. You're about halfway through the year of how you feel about your team and where you are.
I love our team. I really do. I like this team. I like to coach it. It competes hard. It plays well. It gets better every week, and there's a lot of young guys that are emerging that's I think, are really going to help us down the stretch. I think some older guys are really developing some other roles as far as even leadership roles and things we are. And we're continuing to get better, and I still think we can continue to grow, but I like where we're at.
Preseason, you talked about taking notes and checking back to what notes were last year, and you never really worried, but there's always a few concerns. Any of those concerns still lingering 8 weeks into the year?
I mean, there's always concerns. I mean, in health, and if guys get hurt, or got to continue to run the ball better, got to stay efficient in the passing game, keep the red zone, third down stuff going like we do. And on defense, we're getting better on third down. We're getting more pressure on the quarterback, especially the last couple games. We're able to pressure a little more. So, we got to continue in a lot of areas there. But we're still playing good in the red zone pretty much on defense. We're doing a good job down there.
How many plays did Matthew end up playing? It seemed like he was over a lot.
He was. I think he had 5 tackles or something out, and I couldn't give you a number right.
Looking back at how he played, how'd you guys
for a guy that hadn't played really, almost a year and a half since. I thought he played really well. I thought he did he still got some rusty things, and he wrote us and he felt he didn't play as well as he could have. He wants to get better, but that's him. He's got that mentality, but I thought for a guy that hadn't done that, he'd give us some nice things.
Were you surprised on how the physical they were?
No, I knew they'd be. They're big. I knew a lot. They're players. You know quite a few of them from recruiting circles, and no, I did not. They're big offensive linemen. A lot of those linemen, we recruited the left tackle and the center really hard. Isaac Rochelle inside, we recruited really hard. Jalen Smith was a guy we really knew about. Cody Riggs is a guy. We knew a lot of their guys. They're good players. They got a good football team.
Jimbo, after the game, a lot of the conversation was, okay, Florida State can't lose now because they haven't been impressive enough. Your thoughts having to hear that?
I don't listen to it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to either. I don't want to lose either.
I figured, yeah.
So, I don't. Hey, let that didn't go. We got what we got, and we'll play our games.